Welcome. So this is going to be trailer video number 2. It is again May the 14th, and we are going to just discuss some other things that I actually see quite often on the road, and it's actually both a safety and a liability issue. And I want to make sure that you guys are trailering safe. So one of the things that's very important to take into account is, you know, that class that everybody really didn't pay attention to in school? Remember math? Well, geometry. Most people go, geometry. I don't need geometry. Well, if you're going to trailer, you need geometry. And right now we're going to look at the geometry. And just so you know, no, I never pull this trailer behind my Hummer on the road. Around my property to haul logs, maybe, but it's not designed to go behind my truck. It goes behind my ATV. I'm just using this because it's nice and easy to move around and good for illustration purposes, okay? So one of the things that I want you to see, if you notice, here's my hitch height, but if you notice, I have a very steep up angle on my trailer. Now, some of you are like, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's hitched. Hitched is hitched. No, hitched is not hitched. We need to make sure that we are doing things properly. It makes a very big difference to the tow vehicle, but it makes an even bigger difference to the trailer. And by making a big difference to the trailer, it has a direct impact on the safety and security of your tow vehicle, for your steering and for your brakes. So geometry, when we're dealing with trailering, is excessively important. Now, many people just simply go into Canadian Tire, Princess Auto, and they're just like, oh yeah, that hitch is on sale. I'm just gonna buy that hitch. But you need to take a lot of things into account. Because if you just buy a straight out hitch, kind of like what I got here, I got a big problem. Sure, I'm hitched, but that down angle, that makes this trailer very light in the tongue. And consequently, that trailer is going to be wagging the dog the whole way, all over the time. The trailer is going to be excessively unstable, and anytime you are actually going to do a brisk maneuver in the truck, you stand a chance of that trailer actually overturning and causing a major accident. So geometry is very important. So if you were actually going to use the Hummer to tow a trailer like this, you need a drop hitch. But even if you notice right now, that's not enough of a drop hitch to pull that trailer. I need to be able to go down further still. And I do have the big bars to allow me to be able to go down and be able to have everything to hook up. But it's literally like a plow, so that everything will be hooked straight. So right off the bat, this trailer, regardless of, even though I've done a 6-inch drop from my hitch, should never be pulled by this truck. I do not have the proper geometry, okay? So, if I go over, however, to my ATV, now right off the bat, my ATV has a lower hitch height. So if I actually take a hitch like this, and I put it in, you'll notice that on my ATV, I'm virtually level. And a slight up angle is okay. And I want to show you the reason why. An empty trailer, if you're slightly tongue high, that's fine. We have to take into account tongue weight. As soon as you start to load weight into the nose of the trailer, notice what ended up happening. My ATV, my trailer are virtually level. But I can have another problem. If you're like, hitched is hitched, well now, you'll notice that I'm much lower down. But if I put the tongue weight on, now my trailer is actually on a slight down angle. Well, some of you might be like, well, what's so bad about that? Well, now you have too much tongue weight on your tow vehicle. And as that pushes the back end of the truck down, consequently, now we're gonna apply some physics, you know, that other class that you didn't like paying attention to. And it's actually lifting weight off the nose of your truck and off of your steering. kind of the two most important areas in the truck to make sure that you're gonna have control over your vehicle. Steering and your front brakes. Remember, 70% of your vehicle's brakes are done by the front. Kind of important to make sure it's on the ground. The other interesting factor is when I'm riding with my nose in the sky on my tow vehicle because I have too much weight on the tongue, well, now I've got a problem. My headlights are signaling to the International Space Station where to land, okay? It's not the way it's supposed to be, because now the poor driver that's coming towards you thinks he's having a road to Damascus experience and that God himself is appearing before him, okay? Be kind to other drivers. Make sure your hitch height is set properly for each of the vehicles. One final point on hitching, make sure you have the proper rated hitch. This hitch is rated for 10,000 pounds. Is it overkill for this? Yeah, really is, okay? That hitch is only rated for 5,000 pounds. More than enough for what I'm doing here, but not enough to be able to actually do what he is capable of actually pulling. If you put a hitch like that in the back of a 3/4 ton or 1 ton pickup and you're hitching up to a dump trailer or something like that, you could actually be stressing the weld, stressing the metal, because it is not rated for what you're towing. So I'm always going to encourage you, pay attention to what the markings are. It tells you what the actual capacity is of the hitch. It's important to pay attention to. Your safety and the safety of everybody around you on the road depends on it. And that's your second trailering tip for summer 2022.